Molto is one of those words that pops up everywhere in Italian conversation. It's incredibly useful for emphasizing something or discussing things in great quantities. You might have come across expressions like
Molto bello,
very beautiful,
molta fame,
very hungry,
molti soldi.
a lot of money. But have you noticed that there are times when molto changes its ending? Sometimes it's molto, other times it's molta, molti, or even molte. In this lesson, we'll take a look at all the uses of molto in Italian and how and when it changes, with plenty of real-world examples that you can practice with. From negotiating your itinerary with your local guide in Rome by saying,
Vogliamo vedere molte cose.
we want to see many things, to giving a compliment to a chef in Bologna with,
Tutto molto buono.
everything is really good. This lesson will take you a step closer to becoming fluent for your next trip to Italy. And don't worry about taking notes, I've done all the hard work for you. To help you to practice everything you're about to learn here today, make sure you download your free PDF cheat sheet for this lesson, which includes vocabulary and examples. Now just click on the link in the description box below and I'll send it right to your inbox. Pronti? Are you ready? Iniziamo! Let's begin. So when does molto remain invariable in Italian? In Italian, molto is commonly used as an adverb, in which case it remains invariable, meaning it doesn't change, always ending in O. In this role, it can convey three distinct meanings, starting with
Molto,
to mean very. Now with this meaning, molto intensifies the adjective or the other adverb that comes after it. For example,
questa pizza è molto buona.
this pizza is very good.
Luigi parla molto velocemente. A volte non lo capisco.
Luigi speaks very quickly. Sometimes I don't understand him. Molto also means much. Here, molto is like a measuring stick for how much someone does something. It can appear before or after the verb, expressing the action it refers to. Take a look at these examples.
Mia sorella è timida. Non parla molto.
My sister is shy. She doesn't talk much.
Non ci piace molto camminare.
We don't like walking much. Molto also means a lot. Here, molto intensifies the verb and always comes after it. For example,
Eleonora è bellissima. Mi piace molto.
Eleonora is beautiful. I like her a lot.
È vero che gli italiani gesticolano molto?
Is it true that Italians gesticulate a lot? So why does molto sometimes change? Molto can also act as an adjective, which means it has to agree with the gender, masculine or feminine, and number, singular or plural, of the noun it describes. Let's see some examples.
C'era molta gente alla presentazione del libro?
Were there a lot of people at the book presentation?
Sì, ma soprattutto molti curiosi che non hanno acquistato niente.
Yes, but mainly many onlookers who didn't buy anything.
Che peccato! Allora sono rimaste molte copie invendute.
What a shame. I guess many copies remained unsold then. In the initial question, molto becomes molta because it refers to gente, people, which is feminine singular. In the response, it changes to molti to agree with curiosi, onlookers, a masculine plural noun. Then in the final remark, it becomes molte to match coppie, copies, which is feminine plural. Here are 4 things to remember. The first one is when molto precedes più, meaning more, and meno, meaning less, followed by a noun, it must agree with that noun. Take a look at these examples.
Abbiamo raccolto molte più firme del previsto.
We collected many more signatures than expected.
Sono venuti molti meno ragazzi.
Way fewer guys came. The second one is When molto is used with feelings or needs that are expressed with the verb avere, to have, plus a noun in Italian, it acts like an adjective and not like an adverb, like it does in English. As such, it must change its ending. Take a look at these examples.
Ho molta sete.
I am very thirsty. Literally, I have much thirst.
Hanno molto sonno.
They are very sleepy. Literally, they have much sleepiness. The third one is when the noun is implied and left off. Molto becomes an indefinite pronoun, similar to much in English. Take a look.
Non ho molto da fare oggi.
I don't have much to do today.
Molto è stato detto, ma nessuno fa nulla.
Much has been said, but no one does anything. The fourth one is you'll often find molto used in the expression
In molti.
meaning many. This refers to people in general without specifying the noun. It is similar to saying many in English. For example,
Sono in molti ad essere preoccupati per la chiusura della fabbrica.
many are worried about the factory closure.
Siamo in molti a volere una biblioteca in paese.
Many of us want a library in the town. Are you enjoying this lesson? Don't let the learning stop here. Make sure you download your free PDF cheat sheet for this lesson, which you'll find a link to in the description box below this video. Now let's take a look at the superlative of molto in Italian. Now in Italian, when you want to make molto more powerful, you can add the suffix
Issimo, issima, issimi, issime.
Here's how to use them. The first way is when molto is used as an adverb, it becomes
Moltissimo.
to express the highest degree of intensity. For example,
Matteo ha corso moltissimo per arrivare in tempo.
Matteo ran a lot to arrive on time.
Abbiamo studiato moltissimo. Facciamo una pausa.
We've studied a lot. Let's take a break. Attenzione! The adverb moltissimo can only be used with verbs and should be placed after them. For example, to say this pizza is very good, you can't use moltissimo with the adjective buona, meaning good. Instead, you should use molto with the adverb davvero, meaning really, as in
Questa pizza è davvero molto buona.
or the superlative form of the adjective, which is
Questa pizza è buonissima.
To master Italian sentence structure, watch this video here. The second way is when molto acts as an adjective. The suffix changes based on the gender and number of the noun it refers to. Take a look at these examples.
Oggi c'è moltissima afa.
Today it's very hot and humid.
Ci sono ancora moltissimi biglietti per la mostra.
There are still many tickets available for the exhibition. Now let's take a look at some synonyms for molto in Italian. Now instead of always saying molto, you can opt for alternative words that serve the same purpose. These words are similar in meaning, but not entirely interchangeable because they carry slightly different nuances that make them more appropriate in certain contexts, making your Italian say way more natural and lively. The first one is
Tanto.
use this when you want to show you really mean a lot or many in a strong way. Take a look at these examples.
Ho mangiato tanto da tua madre.
I ate so much at your mother's.
Ti ho detto tante volte di lasciar perdere, ma tu non mi ascolti mai.
I've told you many times to let it go, but you never listen.
Parecchio.
This one suggests a significant amount, but not as much as molto or tanto. Take a look.
Si sono presentate parecchie persone al colloquio.
Many people showed up for the interview.
Devo ammettere che ieri mi sono divertito parecchio.
I must admit, I had a lot of fun yesterday.
Un sacco.
This literally means a sack. This is more casual and emphasizes a large amount or degree. It often accompanies the verb piacere, to like, as in
Mi piace un sacco.
I like him a lot. Or it precedes adjectives like
Un sacco bello.
really nice. It's also often used in an uncountable manner in the expression
Un sacco di.
meaning a lot of. For example,
Non ridevo così da un sacco di tempo.
I haven't laughed this much in a long time. To learn more about how to use the verb piacere, watch this video here.
Un casino.
Literally, a chaos. Now this one is super informal and rather strong, similar to a ton of in English. For example,
Mi sei mancata un casino.
I missed you a ton.
Ho letto un casino di libri questa estate.
I read a ton of books this summer.
Un mucchio di.
Literally, a pile of. Now use this to talk about a heap or a large amount of something. For example,
Gli deve un mucchio di soldi.
he owes him a lot of money.
Ho ancora un mucchio di vestiti da stirare.
I still have a pile of clothes to iron.
Una marea di.
Literally, a tide of. Now this is a great expression for describing an overwhelming quantity. For example,
C'è una marea di roba da mangiare in frigo.
there's a lot of food in the fridge.
Il loro ultimo posto ha ricevuto una marea di commenti negativi.
The latest post received a lot of negative comments.
Una barca di. Una barcata di.
Literally, a boat of or a big boat of. Now these are informal ways to say a boatload of something. They are mostly used when discussing money. For example,
Ho speso una barcata di soldi per quel viaggio.
I spent a boatload of money on that trip.
Gli hanno dato una barca di soldi per quel libro.
They gave him a boatload of money for that book.
Un botto.
Literally, a bang. This synonym of molto in Italian denotes a significant amount in a very informal tone, often with the sense of surprise or emphasis. For example,
Mi dispiace un botto per Elena. Non se lo meritava.
I'm really sorry for Elena. She didn't deserve it.
Ho dovuto pagare un botto di luce e gas questo mese.
I had to pay a hell of a lot for electricity and gas this month.
Un fottio.
Literally an F load or S load. Now this is slang and of course you can tell that it's very vulgar, but it's used to emphasize an extreme amount of something in very colloquial language, and is similar to saying an S load in English. Take a look at these examples.
Ho un fottio di roba da studiare per domani.
I have an S load of stuff to study for tomorrow.
C'è un fottio di gente. Andiamo via.
There's an F load of people. Let's leave. To learn colloquial Italian expressions, watch this video lesson here. Now to continue your learning and to help you practice everything you've learned here today, make sure you download your free PDF cheat sheet for this lesson, which you'll find a link to in the description box below this video. If you enjoyed this lesson, then you'll love Intrepid Italian, my series of online self-paced video courses that break down everything you need to know about Italian using my unique 80-20 method. More details in the description below. Now, if you enjoyed this lesson, don't miss my lesson on how to cheat your way to fluency using modal verbs, watching this video here. Plus, learn the 80-20 of Italian vocabulary, that is, the top 20% of words used in 80% of Italian conversations. To do that, watch this video lesson here. In the meantime, hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, and turn on those notifications so you get an alert when I post more video lessons like this one. Until next time, un abbraccio. Ciao!